Hey guys, Dave here with Transfer Express, and today we are talking all about heat presses. If you can't guess, we have our auto clam right here, our trusty 16 by 20 that you see featured in a lot of our videos, and it is a fan favorite here at Transfer Express. Now on the other hand, we do have the Hotronix Fusion IQ. Now this is a Cadillac of a heat press loaded with tons of features. But today we're gonna talk about both of these presses and see which one has the features right for you and your business. So are you ready? Let's get going. So if you're new to the channel, Transfer Express is the leading supplier of screen printed and digital heat transfers for the apparel decorating industry. With 2 facilities in Arizona and Ohio, we're able to meet the demands of our customers nationwide. Now we are focused on quality and customer service, and helping your t-shirt business grow is our #1 priority. Now before we start talking about how these 2 machines differ, let's talk about how they are similar. And they are similar that they both have the quick change feature to lift platens up and off and be able to swap these out with the tag-along platen or any smaller platen sizes that you need from Hotronix. Both of the machines do come with the Hotronix warranty, which is a lifetime warranty on the heating element, a 5-year warranty on all of the framework of the machines, 2 years on any of the circuit boards, and 1 year on parts and labor. The Hotronix Auto Clam is available in 3 different large sizes: a 11 by 15, a 16 by 16, or a 16 by 20 heating element and platen size. We're going to be comparing the full size option today because our Fusion is comparable with a 16 by 20 platen size and heating element. Now, both of these presses come with the patented Hotronix heating element, and that uses an elongated E shape for the coil. This is going to reduce any cold spots when you're pressing, and when you're doing larger runs, it's going to keep the temperature very consistent. You're only going to fluctuate by just a couple degrees, whereas you see some of the more budget-ended heat presses, as soon as you start doing large runs, it's cooling down by 10, 15 degrees, and you have to wait 10 minutes for things to heat back up in the middle of your run. So that's something that these 2 heat presses are absolutely awesome for: large runs and consistent temperature. Now both of these presses have digital time, temperature, and pressure readouts. They also have a dual stage timer, so you could do a pre-press, or if you're doing a 2-step application, you could do your 2-step application with them. Now with the Auto Clam, it just has a digital number readout on the display versus the Fusion, where this thing shines with a digital touch screen display. Now of course, the largest difference between these 2 heat presses is the way that you're going to operate them. With the Auto Clam, there is a magnet right here on the top, your pressure gauge, and you pull the handle down and it locks. It's a space-saving design, and it's only one action to print your shirts. However, when you're working on this, you are underneath the heating element the entire time. So you have to be very careful when you're loading your t-shirts on and taking them off, and or loading your transfers. If you're placing vinyl and doing any multi-layer colored prints, this makes this press maybe not the best decision if you are worried about getting burned. Over here, on the other hand, we have the Fusion IQ. And it's called the Fusion because it not only has the swing away feature, but if you are in a tighter spot and you don't have the space to swing this entire 16 by 20 heating element out of the way, you can just pull it right on out. There's a handle right here at the bottom where you could pull the platen in and out, giving you easy, full access to the entire 16 by 20 print area. Pretty cool, huh? Now where the Fusion IQ really shines is this beautiful touchscreen. Not only does it tell you when it's heating up and how long it's going to be until it's at printing temperature, but you're able to do a ton of customization on the screen itself. You are able to customize and save your own presets for your transfer types and easily recall them. It even has a schedule feature where you could have it wake up and turn on whenever you need it to. If you're running a large shop, that scheduler is perfect so that the heat press is always ready when you are. It does include a nice little stylus if you've got some bigger fingers like me and you happen to mash buttons quite often. Stylus is 2-sided and is super easy to navigate around, And if you are familiar with the Fusion IQ 360, it is a very, very similar interface. There's almost zero learning curve on how to use this one versus the 3 buttons on the auto clamp. Now, one thing I love about the Fusion is that it's 100% fully threadable right out of the box. Now, threadable is when you take your t-shirt and open it up and put it directly onto the platen. And here, as you can see, with the platen pulled out, it's really super easy. We'll roll the collar off the shirt, and just like that, we're ready to print. Now, out of the box, the Hotronix Auto Clam is not threadable. That is until you pair it with one of the caddy stands. Now, the adjustable caddy stands are absolutely phenomenal, and being on casters makes it really easy to wheel around. If you don't have the space for a full-size caddy stand, there is a counter caddy stand that does make the Auto Clam 100% fully threadable on any desk, tabletop, or counter. Now, of course, we could thread here as well onto the Auto Clam. And just like that, we're ready to press as well. If you're not into threading and you want to lay them directly onto the platen, this is a great benefit of the Fusion, because without being underneath the heating element, you could lay your t-shirt directly onto the press. Very similar to how you can here. However, when you're doing it on the Auto Clam, you have to really get underneath the heating element and stay away from it, where you may get burned. If you're worried about that, the Fusion is an awesome option for you. Now, here on the Fusion, the handle on the backside is quite large, and it allows you to get 2 hands on there to pull it down if you need a little bit of extra strength. Now, unlike the Auto Clam, it does not open on its own. And as you can hear, it just screams at you when it's time to open, which makes you manually open it, where you could have some issues with over-applying some transfers or vinyl. The best features of the Auto Clam are its small, space-saving design, and it only takes 1 action to print a t-shirt. Now, you don't have to worry about positioning the platen back under the heating element, just pulling the handle down itself. And of course, you could be multitasking in the shop, doing multiple things, and it will never over-apply. The press will always open on its own. Well, that's it. I hope I covered enough features on these for you to make an informed decision of what heat press is right for you and your t-shirt business. Now, of course, at Transfer Express, we're putting videos out like this every single week. So to stay up to date on what's coming next, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We are covering everything from transfer tips and tricks to heat presses, and even some tips to help out your t-shirt business. But until next time, I'm Dave, and happy pressing.